Hi, hello, welcome to day 2 of our 3-day live bootcamp, Grow Your Online Translation Business in 2023. Thank you for joining me live. Let me know in the comments where are you watching me from, and refresh your page if you're not able to get access. Hello, use the chat below this video to introduce yourselves and let me know if the picture, if the sound is okay. I would really love to know. Can you hear me well? Can you see me well? Amazing. You're joining us. Let me know where you're watching me from. I'm always curious. And let me know if the picture, if the sound is okay. Can you hear me well? Found you. Amazing, Lucy. Can see and hear you. Perfect. Hello, Liv. Hello, everyone. We can hear and see you well. Perfect. Hello, Caroline. I can hear and see you well. Thank you, guys. In order for me to be able to see your names, you need to click on the StreamYard link. Hello to Prague again. I love Prague. I wish one day I will be there again. I was like for the first time last June. Hello to Portugal. Hello, Makuro. Poland, most probably. Makuro, Maribrana. Okay. Narma Mariam. Where are you watching us from? Thank you, guys. Amazing. So you can use the chat. Sound and image. Okay, good, great. So let me know in the chat if you have any questions. Okay. And we are on day 2. If you're watching us from any other means, join us in the Facebook group, okay? And you can use the chat for any questions you might have about our exercise. Amazing. We are international community, as we mentioned already. Portugal, Prague, Czech Republic. Amazing, guys. Thank you for joining me. So today is our second exercise, and it's very practical, which means that you're going to leave bootcamp day 2 with your headline ready. Practical exercise, and there will be a dedicated post where I will be asking you to share your unique selling proposition. Pakistan, amazing. International community. So there will be a dedicated post where I will be asking you to share your results of this exercise, as I did yesterday, so as me to be able to review them and give you feedback. So first of all, let's start with any questions you might have about exercise number 1, yesterday, day 1 of the bootcamp, where we discussed about the difference between target market and ideal client avatar or buyer persona. You might find it online as well. You got access to 2 different worksheets, one with 50 questions so as you to be able to define your ideal client, buyer persona, and one also editable Word file, Google Doc, that you can download or you can create a copy. So don't ask me for access to this file, where we work together on your target market, so as to define your target market, who might be your ideal client. Let me know if you were able to watch yesterday's live. If not, you will be able to get access to the recording. If you have not yet signed up, because we're more than 2,000 people here in the community, or if you're watching us from LinkedIn or YouTube, I would definitely suggest you to use the vmentoring.com/bootcamp to register. So use the link I'm sharing in the chat if you would like, or might be able to see it in the description box, that you will be able to actually register. Why to register? First of all, you will get access to the recordings. Secondly, the workbooks. So today's workbook, you have it in your emails. Do you have your workbook for today's exercise? Let's start with this. Who doesn't? Let's start with a workbook, because today is a very practical exercise. Let me know in the chat. So do you all have your workbooks? It's a new workbook, a new one shared with you via email. So yes, a new workbook, okay, on unique selling proposition. Off to check my inbox. Perfect, Lucy. Because we're going to work together. It's a new one. Yes, got it, says Liv. Amazing. Yes, I have it, Aaron. Perfect. It's in your inbox. But in order to receive it, you need to sign up. So if you have not signed up yet, use the link that I'm going to share here. Okay, it's totally for free. And of course, if you've missed the previous days, you can get access to the recordings. So don't worry. Plus, I have news for you that you don't like Facebook, and many of you tell me, you know, Virginia, I wouldn't like to join the Facebook community. Hello, Ileana, welcome, welcome. So if you don't like Facebook, got it, Lucy says, perfect, download it or create a copy or have it next to you, just to start working shortly before after my introduction and my slides that I'm going to share with you shortly. So first of all, questions about yesterday's exercise. Are there any questions about the target market and the ideal client avatar exercise and workbooks questions? Use the chat below and let me know. Secondly, if you don't like Facebook and you have not yet joined us because of the Facebook, the fact that the 2 trainings take place on Facebook, I have news for you. Tomorrow's 2 hours, 90 minutes, but I would definitely suggest you to block 2 hours for tomorrow's day 3 of Bootcamp is going to place on Zoom. So tomorrow is not going to broadcast here live. And if you have signed up, you have received your Zoom link as well. So tomorrow you need at 4 p.m. Central European time, the same time. And I would just suggest you to use an online tool to find out your local time zone. I use TimeBuddy. So let me share that as well. Find your local time zone and join me tomorrow on Zoom. So for those that you didn't join so far, because of the fact that the 2 first, let's say, exercises and days of the bootcamp take place on Facebook, in our Facebook community, many of you created like a fake or secret account because just to join us, and that's really honorable, and thank you for that. Now you have no excuses. So no Facebook tomorrow. Okay, unless you would like to network with more than 2,000 people from all over the world in a safe community. In that case, yes, you get access as well. But if you would like to join, or if you have not yet joined the bootcamp, because of the fact that the 2 first days take place on Facebook, the 3rd day will take place on Zoom, private community, only for those that they have signed up. So no one else will be able, and no recordings for tomorrow's session. So definitely tomorrow I would suggest you to join live so as to take the most out of this bootcamp. Day 1, yesterday, target market, idea client avatar, because if you don't know your idea client, if you don't have a clear idea of your target market, you cannot create a strategy, client acquisition strategy in order to get them, and offers that they won't be able to say no. Day number 2 today, okay, we're going to find out what differentiates you from your competitors, so as you to be able to charge higher, let's say, or to be able to be selected among, let's say, the high competition that we have nowadays. And of course, you will leave day 2 of the bootcamp with your headline ready. Headline is a tagline, the title that we use underneath our name on LinkedIn, for example, or on other marketing material like other online profiles or business cards, portfolios, and so on. Is the title that comes along with our name, describes what we do, what kind of clients we serve, and what of what's the value that we offer to them. We're going to discuss, and you will leave bootcamp day 2 with yes, Clement, I see your comments, no worries. You will leave day 2 with ready-made and my feedback to you, because there will be a dedicated post where I will be asking you to share your idea, your unique selling proposition, which is a sentence that we're going to create together. This sentence, though, was able to help other colleagues to reach even 900% more traffic to their online profiles. So it's really, really important. Day number 3 tomorrow is going to be dedicated all day, the 2 hours at least, and the questions shared in the group, but the 2 hours on Zoom will be dedicated on client acquisition strategies. So we're going to discuss about proven methods that they don't need extra budget. So you don't need to invest in ads or any other professionals or marketing agencies in order to implement those strategies that have helped other colleagues like you to reach 5-figure months, 6-figure business, and getting clients from all over the world, no matter if they were, let's say, direct clients or LSPs, with 0 extra budget or marketing skills. We're going to discuss and create your strategy together. Plus, I will focus also some time to retention, client retention strategies, because it's really efficient to be able to create strategies just to keep your existing clients coming back to you. You will get access to bonuses like the 30, 60, 90-day planner, which is really efficient just for you to have a clear path. If I can promise something to people that they join my programs, that they will have a clear path, actionable steps to implement on daily, weekly, monthly, annually basis for their business to reach their goals. And that's what will happen tomorrow. Plus, I will reveal my fully booked translator formula because you've been asking me for, and I would like to celebrate with you that we are more than 4,000 people on my email list, and we exceeded the 2,000 members, 2,000 people on the wait list for the fully booked translator formula 12-week business mentoring program for language professionals that has helped other colleagues to reach 5-figure months, 6-figure business in less than 3 months, or even exceed their capacity or financial goals in less than 3 months. That's what we're going to discuss tomorrow. Many surprises and bonuses. For those, they will stay until the end. So let's start with your questions. I see Lucy's question in the chat. Yes, questions. Done several inclusive writing training courses, so now working through the ideal client avatar feels alien, if not almost as if I'm bigoted. Why? How do I overcome that feeling and just get the ideal client avatar done? So great question, Lucy. This is most probably imposter syndrome. If we wait to be ready, or if we want to be perfect, we will be waiting forever. So definitely perfectionism is not the way to go. Okay, and what I would suggest you is, do you have a previous client that you were really satisfied working with? Someone you really enjoyed the collaboration, they paid on time, they accepted you already with no negotiation, they even might be able, very kind through, let's say, communication. Do you have such an example, real case study in your mind? Lucy, let me know in the chat. If you have such a real person in your mind, you can use that example, that real person, okay? And it's described in page number 2 of the 50 questions, let's say 17 pages, a second workbook I've shared with you yesterday. So there are some instructions on how to do this. So if you have a real case study, a real scenario, someone that you would be your ideal client, then definitely use them, Lucy. You don't need to use imagination, okay, to answer those questions. And if some of the questions are really difficult to be answered, or you really struggle, or you find them too time consuming, then I would skip and I would go to the next ones. So you can write down and answer as many as you can, and then come back to the ones that you find it difficult. Okay, we'll use a real idea client then, but if you have, you're lucky. Okay, perfect. So Clement with Ambiria. Nickname, Virginian question in yesterday's worksheet. One difficult question is, who is able to pay what I charge? The problem is that I have no idea, and that's my main problem. Great question. Many people ask me that question, Clement. So can I ask you what's your rate, for example? So you need to know how much you charge. So if you know that what you charge, let's say something like above the average or below the average, okay, and the higher we charge, okay, the more, let's say, challenging might be that exercise, I would suggest you to have a clear idea on your pricing. And when you know where you stand with your pricing, then you will be able to find those people that they have the budget. If we rephrase that question, for example, who is able to pay what you charge, I would say that it is someone or that they are not that price sensitive market. So let's say if your clients are always giving you an answer like our budget is very, let's say, low, or is very strict, or we cannot get out of our budget, then maybe that industry or that types of clients that you've been working with might be, let's say, budget sensitive, pricing sensitive, and it's something for you to consider and change in the future. So for Chinese to friends, I tried to charge 12 cents, but I didn't find any clients at this rate so far. Do you work for direct clients? Because 12 cents for direct clients is low, especially for your language combination. And also it really depends where you are located. Are you located most probably in France? Is that correct? So 12 cents, I think it's very low. You have their great inspirational mentors there, and well-known people who really encourage French people to charge higher, and I know that from first hand. Chris Derban, for example. Oh yeah, you're in Athens, I'm sorry. So Chris Derban, for example, is a French translator in finance, very well known. She has written books, which occasionally I share in my social media accounts. She's been sharing, how you can like to be able to charge higher, and 12 cents is really low. So let me know what types of clients, okay, you work with. But for me to find those who are able to pay what you charge is your responsibility, is our responsibility, instead of the other way around, to wait for people, that they actually ask to change our rates based on their budget. I work only with agents, so that's why. Okay, Clement, that's why. Definitely you can find more higher quality, let's say, agencies or LSPs. And then the next step is for you to get into the direct clients market. So let me know if you see my slides, and let me know, Clem and Lucy, if I have answered your questions. So you see my slides? Everything we discuss here can be applied for LSPs. Yes, thanks, you're welcome. Can be applied to agencies. But let's say LinkedIn, okay? And the trickiest part nowadays is actually to get direct clients. So we focus on the difficult part of our strategy, which is to find direct clients, okay? And work with them rather than the opposite. But yes, can be applied also for your LSP, let's say client acquisition strategy. In that case, you need to find, let's say, higher profitable agencies, LSPs that are located in maybe in economies that are safer, better in that aspect. So definitely I would suggest you to do this. So Lucy says, my question's answered. Thank you. Can see your slide. Perfect. Aaron says, you can see my slide. So let's start with our day number 2. Is there anyone who cannot see my slides? Value proposition or, for product or service. Here we're service providers, but I would definitely follow the same, let's say, for services as well. If you would like to get access to the recordings and the actual workbooks, you need to sign up, and you can sign up for free through the link, okay, that I'm sharing in the chat. And definitely, if you have access in our Facebook group, join us in the Facebook group where the whole discussion takes place, and we will be able to interact, give you feedback to your work. You can ask questions, get answers to your questions, and definitely leave this bootcamp with tangible results. So our service, in our case, helps, as you see here in the right part, target customers that we found out yesterday. So you can use your results of your target market, target customers in that. So our service, what you offer is translation, localization, copywriting, transcription, whatever that you offer, helps what type of clients, and you can go back to day 1 of the bootcamp to find out if you have not yet, who, and state what they need or want. Who struggle, might be feeling, or who are willing, or who focus on expanding into the Brazilian market. But we need to include the target market here, okay? By, and then you put how your service, your offer solves or fills that gap of your clients. We are unique because, and the key difference from competitor. Interested? Feel free to ask. That's one approach. What I would like you to take away from this slide here, which is really important, is the I help. I would prefer instead of our product or our service. Because you are a person, people buy from people instead of from companies. I can tell you that most of the clients of mine, they come because of Virginia rather than because of V-translations, of V-mentoring. I suppose our name, let's say, is more well-known rather than our brand, like Elon Musk, let's say, is more well-known rather than Tesla. So I suppose the same applies to your company most of the times, okay? Of course, there might be exceptions, but most of the times we are. So how I would start in our case, and that's what I'm going to ask from you to submit as an exercise result, okay? Help, and you can find out another verb if you don't really like help. Might be facilitate, might be enhance. You can be resourceful here. You can use another verb if you don't really like help because everyone is using it. Your target market, so use the comments below this video, okay, and share with me if you have it already made that, so I can give you feedback right away, and definitely share your target market that you found from yesterday's exercise. So I help that target market. So let me know your target market, Aaron, Lucy, Liv, guys, that you're here with me. What's your target market? Use the chat. And then I help that target market who struggle, focus on. So here we put their main objective, goals, or maybe actually their struggles, their challenges. By or through, and then you put how. What kind of services you offer and how you help them achieve that goal, or how you help them solve that problem or overcome that challenge. Is this clear so far? Because this is the main, let's say, outcome of this training. So Latin American linguists face that problem that clients have rates for European linguists and much lower rates for LA linguists. So I find it very difficult to find clients who pay fair rates. You know, I feel that's illegal to have different rates based on where the linguists are based. Imagine how many times I've heard that before myself when someone told me, you know, you're based in Greece, you're not supposed to charge that high because let's say the living expenses there are lower. No, that's illegal, first of all, okay? And definitely, you need to charge your worth to your clients and not the other way around. You need to know how much you need to charge in order for you to be able to actually pay your bills and make profit. So, Anne, you use your chat. You say you cannot use chat and see my links. Here it is, Anne. The links are not shared in the group because you are already. I can share the link to sign up, but you have already signed up, Annalise. My target market, bike and bike component manufacturers. Oh, that's Lucy. Okay, Lucy, perfect. Have you seen my emails? I didn't receive any answer from you. So bike and bike component manufacturers. So Lucy, you can put help bike component and bike manufacturers. Okay, I wouldn't divide, to be honest. To or who, what those bike manufacturers would like. Like, is it to expand their product into new market? Is it, let's say, to increase sales? Is it to find new clients? Is it to launch a new product? What is it? Definitely see emails. Sorry for no reply yet. Yes, I would expect a reply, even if it's you know, something about my emails. I would really appreciate if you could like come back to what we were discussing there. With any questions you might have, I would get back to you as well. Who is that about Latin America? Who is asking about Latin America? For me, it's not about the clients choosing our rates. It's about us knowing how much we need to charge in order to be able to pay our bills by the end of the month and to be able to make profit. Otherwise, we're doing it as a hobby. So pharmaceuticals. So what is your target market? That's not a target market. Pharmaceutical is a specialization. What is target market? Pharmaceuticals, yeah. Pharmaceuticals is a specialization, so I would prefer to see companies there. What types of clients belonging to the pharmaceuticals? So this is Maricel Baronti. In order to be able to see your name, you need to click the StreamYard link. My target market is amazing, guys. You're sharing here for farming, machinery manufacturers and farming solution, amazing providers, perfect. Who struggle or focus on? Definitely Caroline. Aaron says, target market, insurance companies in Spain specializing in sports insurance and have an English-speaking client customer base like companies in Andalusia, Madrid. Okay, but what is their main struggle? Perfect, Aaron. It seems that you have a clear idea of who is your client. Then focus on the sentence here and create that sentence that you see on your screen. Of course, we're going to work on your workbook shortly after, you know, the presentation. So let me go to the second slide. So build a strong foundation for success is a personal brand. So the unique selling proposition that we are working together is a part of your personal branding. Why even bigger companies, they need personal branding and they invest. I recently gave a presentation at the LIA organization, European Language Industry Association, where I was talking about personal branding even to CEOs or business translation business companies. Why is that? Because people buy from people again. And if we're using social media like LinkedIn, this is a personal brand. You're not your company, okay? There, you are representing yourself, who might, you know, have behind the company, but people will trust you in order to buy from you. And conversations, if you're going to use prospecting, LinkedIn, and other such methods, conversations happen between two people, not between two companies, okay? So, description of services, features, benefits, structure, cost of your service is a part of your personal branding. Market niche definition that most of you here seems to know, okay? What is your niche? What is your specialization? It's definitely a part of your personal branding. Or goals, problems your business is primarily designed to serve, and you decide which clients, okay, you truly want to work with, is part of your personal branding. Business cards, flyers, CV, cover letter, signature, title, specialties, tagline that we're creating together is, okay, part of your personal branding. Because most people, they think personal branding is the business cards, is the logo, and that's it. No. Yes, of course, a website and social media profiles, again, they are part of your personal brand. They constitute, okay, all of them together, your personal branding. And the 10-second introduction elevator pitch that you might have heard is a concise summary of your business when you shake someone's hand. It should be benefit-oriented or introduction, and definitely the unique selling proposition, the headline we're creating together, can be used as an elevator pitch. The difference, at least in my opinion, between an elevator pitch and the actual unique selling proposition we are creating together that's going to be used as your headline on your LinkedIn profile, for example, or pros or other social media profiles, is the fact that we need keywords. Okay, so in our case, we are going to use keywords. So I help through that kind of services. That kind of services are keywords. That kind of target market is a keyword. You show to the LinkedIn algorithm, or Google search engine algorithm, who is your ideal client, okay, to whom to forward, to address that message of yours. And it's really, really important to include keywords. So are you still here with me? Okay, I see. Okay, pharmaceutical companies, amazing. Civil society organizations is the target market, amazing, dear. Okay, thank you, Ileana, for taking over the technical part. Ileana Kari, our community manager. If you have any tech questions related or something you are struggling, you can contact Ileana here in the chat. Yeah, no extra links today, apart from the fact I'm going to share, let's say, how to sign up for free. I think I have. Let me again. So in case for someone who hasn't signed up, okay, you can sign up here just to receive workbooks, the Zoom link for tomorrow, and of course the recordings and feedback of mine. So Liv says, I help tech, SaaS, okay, ed tech, green tech, SMEs from a lot of abbreviations here. I suppose that algorithms, search engines, and your idea clients are really familiar with those. From English-speaking and French-speaking countries to generic, who want to offer and market their products to the German market by localizing their websites, content, and marketing materials. I like that. At least it's clear what you do. I would prefer, instead of sit from English and French-speaking countries, that's okay. You can have it like I help English and French-based, I don't know, France, like UK-based, I don't know, brands or tech companies to actually who want to offer and market their products. So offer and market their products more or less the same. Okay, to the German market by localizing their website, support content marketing materials. Amazing. Leave. Never in the morning. Adonia Tofalo, what do you mean? What is the never in the morning? So you need to choose, okay, who you would like to work, you truly want to work with. And let's start with unique selling proposition or main. You are your own unique selling proposition. You don't need a unique selling proposition. You are your own unique selling proposition. What differentiates you from your competitors is just you. The moment you realize that, you will find the answer. This is a very challenging marketing exercise. I see that many very successful CEOs of very big brands and translation companies, they really still struggle with this, myself included. Whenever I go and I review my strategy for my translation company, I really struggle to see the value proposition, let's say, that my coach, the workshops you're having now, sorry, I was not clear. No, the workshops, Antonia Tofalo, happen that time because we're an international community and we are trying to cover as many different time zones. So the time zones might include Australia time zone, US based mentees, people that are joining us, European market and Africa. So that's the best timing I found so far. Plus, we're all of us, business owners. So I think that the best time is actually after we have delivered projects or we have, let's say, handled our clients' inquiries and so on. So Makuro says, I help small, medium-sized German, Austrian, and Swiss companies penetrate the Polish market by translating their marketing communication internet presence. What does that mean, internet presence? As well as technical documentation. Small, medium-sized German, Austrian, Swiss companies penetrate the Polish market. To generic, I don't see your specialization here. Of course, I see that you translate internet marketing and technical, but I don't see your clients. Who is it? So if, let's say, the algorithm of LinkedIn sees, okay, your headline, they won't know, okay, to whom to show your profile. And yes, they might understand medium-sized German and Austrian, Swiss companies, but that's huge market, which means that you don't miss down. The presentation is here, shared with you, and you get access to the recordings. Of course, you have this information in your workbook. So you have this information in your workbook. So you don't need the slides. The slides just for me to run the presentation, and then I will get back to our workbook. Let me know if you have more questions before we continue. Companies with audiovisual content, broadcasting in Brazil or for a Brazilian audience, companies with audiovisual content. Can you be more precise? We are trying usually, to integrate a huge part of the market into one sentence. And we are becoming so resourceful here and use our imagination to find a term that really describes all of those companies. And that way we don't use keywords, and that way we become very vague, and then people, they don't understand. Plus, algorithms, as I mentioned, and search engines, they don't know who is our ideal client. Okay, is this clear? So I would like you, instead of having mid-sized companies based in English-speaking countries, which is a huge market, no one will find you that way, to find, let's say, a way to, even by excluding some part of those clients, to describe them in as much detail as you can with keywords in your headline. That doesn't mean that you cannot serve other type of companies. That doesn't mean that your profile won't be found by other types of companies. And that doesn't mean that whenever someone comes for your service, you won't be able to offer any other services. That means that you're focusing to maximum 1 or 2 different types of clients. Is this clear so far? Let me know in the chat before I continue. So your personal brand identity is what determines how you are known in the world and where you are in control of that. Of course, you are in control of how you are known, and that might change also. That's why I'm telling you can review every 6 months or 1 year your strategy to see how you are already known, and might change that through the projects that you take. Sometimes, our projects and our workflow and the types of clients they choose us might take us to another path, and we will be able to change, let's say, also our unique selling proposition and our value proposition. Is this clear? So I help service professionals get more clients, let's say. That would be an option, but that would be very generic. So I prefer to say help translators and interpreters, or language professionals to, let's say, increase their income or become more profitable or create profitable language businesses. Why? I want to help you think bigger about who you are and what you have to offer to the world. And the tagline could be also, I'm the guy to call when you are tired of thinking small, or helping non-profits thrive. But the difference between the tagline, which actually I could call it slogan, okay, it's the fact that it doesn't include keywords. So yes, it's really cool, like to say helping non-profits thrive, amazing. Or I'm the guy to call when you're tired of thinking small. Yes, that's really catchy. But does it include keywords? So you could use it in a printed material or somewhere on your website where you know, okay, that you don't use it for keywords. But when you have a short space, like on the headline, okay, like I think right now is 300 characters. It used to be 200 characters. You need to make that, okay, longer. To make that shorter, but with keywords again. Keywords are really important in that aspect. Yesterday's exercise here to sum up. So you need first to have answered all of those questions, and I have included them here again for those they've missed day 1. So in day 1, we covered the difference between target market and ideal client avatar, how to define your buyer persona, so as for you to be able to create a strategy tailored to their needs. We need to know who is our ideal client before we create any other part of your personal branding. We need to know who is our ideal client before we optimize our LinkedIn profile, before we create our website, before we create a lead magnet. We need to know who is our ideal client in order to be able to know what keywords to use that will really attract them to our profiles online. We need to know who, okay, is our ideal client in order to be able to create a copy that really converts visitors into paid clients. How? Because that way we will be able to address their problems, their challenges, and we can offer the solution for those problems and challenges through our offers and through our services. Or we can, we will be able to know their main objectives, for example, for the upcoming year, and we can create, let's say, a strategy or an offer or our copy on our website or our LinkedIn profile that really helps them achieve that goal or reach that main objective for their own business. So as you see here, that's really fast. I think right now I have on my, let's say, LinkedIn profile more than 9,000 views. So you can, 11,000. So I'm taking a screenshot and I can show you later on the group. 11,217 post impressions. Are you kidding me? And those views, the 1,000 views that you see here, people that they're looking for me. Who has been viewing my profile? Thousands of people, and thousands of your ideal clients are able to reach your profile by you using the right information there and creating your unique selling proposition that you will use on your LinkedIn profile as well in your headline. Here, as you see, I have one screenshot. Tomorrow, I will be sharing more success stories and results in my slides, so stay tuned. People were able to reach 850% more views to their profile in less than 3 days by just changing their headline on their profile. 800, you see here, 850%. There were people with 900% more views to their profile by just implementing my strategy and what we're going to create together. So what is your action to be taken from Bootcamp day number 2? The proven strategies to grow your translation business online with zero extra budget is to follow my instructions. If you missed day 1, go back and watch day 1. There's still the recording in our group. If you did your number 1 exercise, share the results underneath the dedicated post in our group so to receive feedback. We are here on day 2, and that's your action to be taken. You need to reply to the above questions if you haven't done yet to define your target market. Could be more than one. Choose one personal branding, and that way I would definitely suggest you to be your headline. That can be used on all of your social media profiles, your website, underneath your name on your business card, everywhere. And work on it through our workbook and share with us your results underneath in the chat, in the comments of the dedicated post in our Facebook group. Work on the avatar worksheet. Yes, there was yesterday one workbook, 17 pages, okay, where you were able to actually, let me see if you can see here. Yeah, now you can see the full slide. Work on the avatar worksheet to create your ideal customer profile. I've shared with you 17 pages, additional workbook that will help you. You have no excuses, guys, okay? Do your homework and you have no excuses. You will leave this bootcamp with work that other people take years, okay, to create. You will have a crystal clear idea on your target market, can be more than one, your ideal client avatar, goals, objectives, challenges through the second workbook I've shared with you yesterday. And today I'm going to share shortly my screen to work on your unique selling proposition workbook that you should have received if you have signed up. So you need, first of all, okay, to have signed up through the vmentor.com/bootcamp link to receive a welcome email with all instructions, the breakdown of the schedule of the bootcamp. You will be able to get the recordings of the previous days if you've missed them, but tomorrow is going to happen on Zoom, so no excuses as well. Join us at least for tomorrow's day 3 bootcamp because it's going to be huge. So I helped the ACH-based bike and bike component manufacturers to bolster their sales on English-speaking markets by translating marketing materials, technical documentation, website content, etc. Does that fit on your headline? Is less than 300 characters, Lucy? My passion, dedication to the world of cycling, and sure, active, technically correct, and well-formulated text. Our clients rarely care about technically correct and well-formulated texts. Our clients don't buy our features. Our clients buy the end result, the outcome that our services will have to their businesses. More about this will be discussed tomorrow, day 3, where we are going to create your strategy and your plan with actionable steps to take for the upcoming year. So stay tuned until tomorrow. And I'm going to share my screen now for our workbook. Is there anyone who has not yet got their workbook? Don't be shy. Just mention in the chat just for me to be able to share later with you. But you need first to sign up for the bootcamp. Is there anyone who has not access to the Google Doc USB worksheet, it says? Do you see my screen in my workbook? It says module 2, personal branding, because it's a part of a bigger, let's say, longer workbook of 33 pages where I'm taking you from the A to Z of personal branding and marketing strategies for your own business. I could not come in via mentoring, so what did I miss? What do you mean, Annalise? Ileana, can you answer to Annalise? What's the question? Can see your screen. Perfect. So I assume that all of you have this Google Doc. Unless someone who doesn't use the chat below, and let us know. Okay, you can even reach out to Ileana via the chat below and let us know if you don't have access to the workbooks. And let's start. That's your homework, guys. Choose one personal branding item, which is your unique selling proposition. Then share with us your results, your unique selling proposition, who and what. How are you unique? What are 3 things that make you memorable? You can always ask people. You can always ask your family, your environment, friends, even clients, if you feel that you have that kind of relationship. Ask them. What do people always compliment you on? That's really clever, and that's a great idea for as a confidence booster to keep somewhere all of your, let's say, compliments that you get even via email, like you were great, like always on time, I really like your approach, that you're detail oriented. What people are complimenting you? Click on the link here on Facebook. Thank you, Leanna. You can tag the person you are referring this, Ileana, so as to know whom you are sharing this link with. So again, what people compliment you about. What do you love or never grow tired of talking about in your personal life? Personal life, because there is going to be another question about, okay, professional life. Like, for example, we saw here Lucy is really into bike and bike components. I assume that, Lucy, you really love to talk about bikes and hike and maybe, I don't know, what's your hobby in terms of bikes, like with your friends and your personal life. Is that correct, Lucy? The 70 pages is the 50 questions. The 17 pages that I'm telling you as a workbook is the 50 questions to define your buyer persona or your ideal client avatar. What do you want to say that you would never grow tired of talking about when you are asked about your work? So when people are asking you about your work, what you never grow tired of talking about. So the first question about your personal life, things that you really enjoy, discussing about it in your personal life. But also, the second one is about actually your business life, so different. So the first question applies to hobbies, interests, personal interests that you have in your personal life and you really like talking. And the second one is about your business and what you really love talking when it comes to translation, okay? As a profession. Okay, great, Annalise, you have it. Perfect. So next question is, summarize your target market in one sentence. If you have gone through Bootcamp Day 1, you should be able to complete that, boom, right away. And then we go to part 3 here. Identify and summarize the 3 biggest and most critical problems that your target market faces. List how you save those problems. I mean, through your services, of course, and the problems should be related to what we offer, because our clients might have like several different problems. We don't care. We focus on those that we are able to solve, or we are able, to help them achieve. And demonstrate the number one most relevant result, as you see here, you help your clients achieve. That's what we were discussing earlier. The headline that Lucy shared here about bike and bike components, about, let's say, correctness of our translation or format, well, okay, without mistakes, people rarely care. And usually those are what we are interested in, because we are very efficient. And I don't underestimate the importance of being and providing high quality work. What I'm trying to tell you here is, even if providing high quality work is non-negotiable, and you should be able to provide high quality work to your clients will never buy that from you. Because everyone should, and I assume everyone has that in their marketing copy, that they provide high quality work on time and so on. So what makes you different, and the reason that someone would trust you to give you work, is something else that really has nothing to do with the actual work that you offer. And it's usually related to the end result here, as you see in part 5 of my workbook, that you help your clients to achieve. So then we summarize here, what is your who and do what statement? I am and I do this. Whom do you help and what do you help them to do? So I feel the I help the target market to achieve that kind of result. And then you can craft a minimum of 3 possible why you do it statements. And those whys, guys, because I've been doing this exercise for the last 6 years at least the last 6 years, I've been presenting this work, exercise in this bootcamp or this workshop. I might call it differently the other years, but it's the new year, new goals. Let's expand our client list as our business. Most of you write like, because I want to pay my bills, because I want to earn money. No, your why is something bigger, is something more interesting, something more important rather than pay your bills. Yes, of course, it's really important to pay your bills or have something to eat. I mean, that is a higher purpose, okay? Something that have drawn you to that profession, and you don't offer, let's say, I don't know, some kind of different services. You're not like owning a bar, because that bar would also be able to pay your bills. But instead, you studied translation. Even if you didn't study, you actually studied on self-paced mode, maybe also without any degrees. Still, though, you became a translator and you're spending so much time in front of a PC. And we, as translators, language professional interpreters, we know how much of our personal life we have, let's say, invested and sacrificed maybe in order to be able to offer such kind of work. So it's not just about paying our bills. If it was about paying our bills or making money, we most probably would have chosen a different profession. So your why is related to something higher, a higher purpose. That is the reason that you chose this kind of profession instead of any other kind of profession that exists out there. Okay? Let me know if you have any kind of questions. Yes, Lucy, also I'm going to leave. I cut the rest of the replay. No worries. This is the time of questions. That's your homework. Fill in this workbook. In order to receive the workbook, you need to sign up and let me know, guys, if you have any questions. That's your homework, and there will be a dedicated post where you will be asked to answer, to share your work, just to receive feedback. If you would like to receive feedback, you need to put your unique selling proposition underneath the post in our group, where I will be asking you share your unique selling proposition with us in the comments, just to receive feedback. Then you go and you put it there. The recordings will be available for 1 week, for day 1 and day 2. Day 3 tomorrow, no recordings on Zoom, not in the Facebook group. So if you still want to catch up, you can still join us for the day 3. It's totally, each section is totally, let's say, independent, okay, but also as a sequence. So you can either watch day 1 or day 3 and skip day 2, or you can even join us day 3 without missing anything. But if you join all the 3 days, you get the most out of my trainings and my knowledge and my support there for being next to you for 3 days. Yes, I'm a bike nerd, says Lucy. Perfect. I have it. Thanks. Says Annalise. Can you, would the why you do it be part also include why we choose our specific specialization? Yes, that might be. But Liv, I need to see it if you become more precise, or if you can give me an example of what you're trying to tell me here. That would also be really, really helpful. But again, I'm not going to ask you to submit the whole workbook, okay? Your whole workbook is for you. You can keep it. I'm going to ask you to share with me the I help sentence, and I will give you an example in the comments of mine so you can follow up with your own. But I would like you to have, let's say, the format of my first slide today, and as a result of your USP worksheet that I have shared with you via email. Is that okay? Any questions, guys? Thank you so much for staying for over like 48 minutes, 50 minutes here. Great. Questions? Yes, if you're watching a recording, use #recording and tag me with any questions you might have. The recordings will stay here, okay, again in the group, and you will be able to find the recordings in the video section of our Facebook group. And there is a guide in the guide section of your tabs. You can see in our Facebook group where it says guides. You go and you find the guide that's dedicated to our workshop, the bootcamp, and you can find all material there again. And in the featured section, features announcement section, everything is there gathered as well. Apart from the videos, also in the videos, so you can find media, videos, and you can find all the recordings there. So can you repeat what you said about LinkedIn headlines? I missed that part. Which part of all? What I tried to tell you is that this unique selling proposition, the sentence that we're all of us working together today, can be used as your LinkedIn profile headline. Yes, what we are creating together today can be used also for your LinkedIn headline. The difference between a slogan and a LinkedIn headline is that on the LinkedIn headline, we need keywords. And the other, let's say, limitation that we have there on LinkedIn is it's about 300 characters. It used to be 200, so it's longer right now. We should be happy, but we need to include everything there. So keywords and as specific as we can. Recordings via email to be downloaded? No, recordings are not available to be downloaded. The access to the recordings will be restricted to 1 week. Yes. The link for the Zoom session will be shared tomorrow. The link has already been shared in today's morning email. So let me know if you have my day 2 email, Maricel. It should include, but also tomorrow, if you have signed up for the actual bootcamp, you will be receiving several different, let's say, email reminders shortly. Short email reminders like 2 hours before the actual at the time that we go live, and in the morning most probably, about the upcoming Zoom live session. And there I will be live with the camera and my slides. You won't be live with your camera, but there will be an interactive chat. And of course, some of you like Ileana will be able to join me live, let's say, to discuss about the Q&A. There will be the second part of the live will be dedicated to all of your questions. So no one will leave without having their questions answered. So bring me all of your questions tomorrow because it's day 3. And I would like to have all of your questions answered before the bootcamp ends. So we will start with the presentation with the slides. It's going to be the presentation of the fully booked translator formula, followed up with a Q&A, okay, questions and answers. We will have Ileana together, and the last part with about you, coaching you and your questions. So what time will be the Zoom meeting tomorrow? 4 p.m. Central European time as today. Yes, I have it. Perfect. Liv, you were talking about personal motivation. I feel like we should also clarify to ourselves why we want to work for specific industries and what makes us understand and passionate about that specialization. I think it makes sense to include in that way. I think definitely it should be included in the what you are not really tired talking about in your personal life part. Okay, so I think what you describe here, Liv, goes really better to the part of the workbook, the worksheet, where we discuss like what you're never tired of talking about in your personal life. 4 p.m. Central European time tomorrow through Zoom link. And there will be a few reminders via email for those that they have signed up so as not to lose anything. And the extra bonus is 33 pages workbook, the 30, 60, 90-day planner, which is amazing tool that will help you to create your plan. All the extra bonus that I have shared with you, okay, will be shared tomorrow only for those that they will stay until the end. You're welcome, Liv. Yes, perfect. Everyone, as Annalise says here, you need to catch up with everything for all 3 days. Yes, you still have the weekend, so don't worry. Okay, Annalise, you still have the weekend and you still have 1 week ahead. All of my trainings are for action takers. It's really important for me to take action apart from having the right mindset. It's really important also to take action in order to see results. So I can share one short story before we close. I was really happy, and on Friday morning, I'm going to have a live session with her, Natalia Bartelli, Italian translator. She joined one of my short trainings for LinkedIn with me, and she recently shared how she was able to reach a 6-figure business. She was very generous to include me in the path of her success, as a part of her success, even if I always tell you guys that you own the success to you. So Natalia, this Friday in the morning, I think 10 a.m. Central European time, will be sharing with us how she was able to reach 10K months and 6-figure business following my advice on LinkedIn as well, apart from other advice. What I missed in her copy, in her article, is the fact that she didn't mention mindset. She mentioned practical advice, maybe also the fact that she expanded her team, she outsourced to other colleagues, which is very normal when you grow as a business. But if it was that easy, everyone would make a 6-figure business. If it were that easy, all translators will hire teams and would outsource. What's holding most of us back is actually our mindset and mindset blocks. And the first step is to actually recognize what's holding you back. It's not like, let's say, the economy. It's not the fact that you don't have the resources. No, rarely are the reasons out of us. Usually we are the main problem, let's say, challenge, when it comes to grow our business and making, let's say, the mindset shift that is needed. And that's what we're going to discuss as well tomorrow. So the two main, let's say, characteristics of people who make it and people who don't, what separates those, okay, who actually achieve their goals and those who cannot, is the fact that they have the right mindset, or at least they work towards it, because it's an ongoing process. They work on having a growth and success mindset, and then taking the right action so as to be able to see the results. Because yes, plan is nothing, but planning is everything, as I recently read. A plan without action is nothing. You can have the best plan I can create for you, the best plan with the best actions, but if you don't actually take that action, if you don't implement, okay, what we have included in the plan, no plan has nothing to do with your success. But the planning ahead, the action of planning, the action of setting goals, the action of unbreaking, and structuring those goals into actionable steps, the action, okay, of planning your time ahead so as to create that time, okay, that's really important as well. So that's what my suggestion. Join me tomorrow for mindset. And last comment is because we have here Annalise. Anna, thank you so much for joining my bootcamp. Anna, I suppose that you're over 60 years old. She's already receiving her pension, but that didn't hold her back from actually taking the action that she wants for her own business and her personal life. She told me, I'm receiving my pension, but I would like to feel creative. I would like to offer back to the community. So Annalise, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being a role model for all of us. I don't want to receive a pension. I don't know if I will ever receive a pension based on the economy here in Greece. But if I can tell you one thing is I would like at your own age, nothing to criticize here. All of us will be there, hopefully, if we are lucky. I would like to be active. I would like to be as happy as you are by implementing my job, my work, my profession. And I would like to still feel as, let's say, grateful I feel and blessed right now, doing a job, having a work that I really feel that I give back to the community. I help people to achieve their goals. I help people to feel happy. I help people to find work and increase their income. So in terms of karma as well, I feel that I'm doing something good as well, apart from earning money, doing a 9-to-5 work, okay, with no, by no means criticizing here those that I do. It's not me. So Gio says, I could not find a link for the document you were sharing earlier. Liana, could you please, that's in the chat, I checked my emails and all. Gio, have you signed up? If you have signed up, 2 hours before our call, that should be shared. I'm not sharing today the link, so Liana, I wouldn't like you to share today's link. Only is for those that they have signed up. So Gio, if you have signed up, you have it in your email inbox. Check your emails from info@vmentoring.com 2 hours ahead of this training. You should have received it. Let me know, Gio. Do you make 6 figures purely as a freelancer or by subcontracting as well? Both, Makuro. But if you have more questions about that, bring them tomorrow, because tomorrow is the strategy day. We're going to talk about 6 figures. Hi, can we get the recording of both days? Thanks. Yes, Fariha, it's still in our group, so you need to sign up. Have you signed up, Fariha, for our bootcamp? Yep, I have, and I checked my emails too. So you have it, Gio. If you have checked your emails, you have it. They're automated, and if you're still on our email list and if you have signed up, you will have it as everyone here. I have already sent here. What do you mean, Ileana? Both are possible. Yes, I agree with you, Ileana. I have just shared them here in our conversation. No, Ileana, I don't want today's workbook to be shared as a link. I don't want today's workbook to be shared as a link. Everyone should have already signed up, so they should have received it via email. The unique selling proposition, Ileana, I'm talking about. Yesterday's, that's okay. We have said them already. So any questions about today's exercise, your unique selling proposition, before we close the live? We're almost 1 hour here live. Any questions? Thank you so much, everyone, for staying that long. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central European Time on Zoom. Okay? I have those. I thought it was a third one. It is a third one. It is a third one. You don't disturb the presentation. Gio, you should have it in your email 2 hours ahead of the training, all of you guys. Okay, Ileana, yes, the 2 links of yesterday, no problem. Thanks for your encouragement with the bootcamp, kicking the butt for all of us, me included, definitely, Annalise. That's the meaning of having a bootcamp, is let's say the starting point. Okay, amazing. Thank you, Ileana, for sharing the links of yesterday. Geo, check your emails. It should be sent. I will check again. Thanks. You're welcome. It's there. It's a link 2 hours ahead of this training sent to all of you guys. If not, you have technical issues, you have not received that email, send me an email at info@vmentoring.com. So you can contact me at info@vmentoring.com. And if you're eligible, you will receive this link, but most probably I see that you have registered, so you should have received it. In case of any technical issue, Gio, send me an email at info@vmentoring.com. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm trying to be, let's say, fair with all of you that you did sign up for this bootcamp, and that's why I'm not sharing publicly the information that is dedicated for the people who made the honor to actually sign up for this bootcamp and follow me for 3 days, even though I know how busy, okay, all of you are. We create the time is never enough. Yes, and I will share the Zoom link for all of you guys. You have it via email and tomorrow as well. So I hope to see you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central European Time on Zoom. No recording for tomorrow is available. Recordings of day 1 and day 2 in the Facebook group for 1 week. And please submit your work so as to receive feedback. So if you would like to take the most out of it, join me live to ask questions, do your exercises, homework, and submit your work to receive feedback. That's the best way to receive as much as you can and to actually take the most out of this bootcamp, the 3-day live training with me. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome, Marie. You're welcome, Maricel. Thank you, the interesting session. You're welcome, Narna. I think that today's session is one of the eye-openers. Everyone in my even one-to-one mentoring programs, they tell me after we do this exercise together, it has changed all of the, let's say, perspective they used to have for their business, their clients, and their personal branding and marketing. You're welcome, Liv. You don't submit the workbooks, guys. You submit only what I'm asking you. So when I'm asking what's your target market, you submit the result of your workbooks, your target market. I will ask you what's your unique selling proposition. You submit the sentence. You don't submit the full workbook. Is that clear? You're welcome, Aaron. So Lilian, you don't submit, okay, full workbooks. You submit just what I will be asking you. The result of the main exercise will be your unique selling proposition. Have a nice evening or rest of the day where you're based in the world. You're welcome, Aaron. Six-figure business, guys, is totally doable. My mentees, they do this and they get 5-figure months and 5-figure projects for interpreting and translation clients on a consistent basis. And we have Ileana as a great example here. Luna is a great example. All of my alumni, all of those people are people, colleagues from all over the world who were able to make it, reach 5-figure months on a consistent basis and reach a 6-figure business. And now they're reaching 5-figure projects. How amazing is this? So you can do it if they did it. And it's not a matter of where you're based in the world, what's your language combination, if you have a specialization that's not that profitable. No, those are excuses that we use, okay, ourselves in order to hold us back from taking the action that is needed. So thank you, everyone. Good luck with your homework. I will be, myself and Ileana, active in the group for the upcoming days. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. Central European Time. Okay, the final day, definitely keep 2 hours. And on Friday, 10 a.m. Central European Time, we're going to have one of the results, okay, people who did it and they reached a 6-figure business. And of course, Ileana will join us for a Q&A, and hopefully we'll have many, many success stories, real case scenarios of people who worked with me. They implemented the fully booked translator formula. They were able to reach a 6-figure business, 5-figure months, 5-figure projects on a consistent basis. Hope to see you there inside. Bye-bye for now and have a great evening. See you in our group.